Also, as part of my setup process, I've chosen a series of touch sequences that allow me to log into this machine and authenticate who I am. So in this case, it's probably something somebody could easily figure out, but I'm going to do I, and then swipe across the mouth, and I'm logged into my machine. So right off the bat, I'm using touch with my machine. And you'll notice what didn't happen is it didn't go to the desktop, leaving me to decide what I want to do from there. It took me right to this new concept, which is the Start menu. And the Start menu is very cool because it's alive with activity. Every time I log back into my machine, it's going to be a little bit different depending on the apps I have installed. You'll notice in the background on this Start screen here, I've got apps that are still updating tiles. So I've got apps that display the weather. I've got apps that tell me stock prices I care about. I've got apps that track. So all this stuff is alive with activity, and you can see the performance of this is amazing. I can just swipe and it kind of sticks to my finger. And you'll notice that little gray icon there, that's a visualization I turned on just for demo purposes so you can see where I'm touching. But it's very smooth. And all these apps here are apps that developers have already started building since we released the preview build last September. We've had over 3 million downloads of this developer preview build, and tons of cool apps have already been developed by our partners, taking advantage of the new developer platform that we've released in September as well. This developer platform allows you to use familiar technologies like HTML5 and JavaScript, or if you're a C# or C++ developer, you're going to love the opportunity to develop apps there as well. So speaking of apps, I've got a number of them here already, but I also got access to a variety of other apps available via the App Store. We announced this just a few weeks ago, the App Store, and got into some of the details here. But you notice the App Store is an application. And one thing you'll notice about this application that's different than apps you'll find on previous versions of Windows is the app owns the entire screen. Pixel to pixel, edge to edge, the app owns everything. There's no home around the outside of the application. This gives you, the developer, opportunity to use the screen as much as you want and take advantage of all of the UI. But you'll notice there's a lot of apps in the store already, and they're organized by different categories, and I can use that same touch to scroll around here. Let's look at one particular app, Cut the Rope. In this case, an app developer took an existing asset they had, which was an HTML5 app, and they ported it over to Windows. Easy process for them, and now they've got an app that works in Windows. The developer also has opportunity to price the app how they want, and even offer free trials of the application. And as you can see here, I actually have the app already installed. So what I'm going to do from here is, this is another application, and like all new Metro-style apps, they take advantage of these new charm interfaces. So I'm just going to swipe in from the edge of the screen and bring out these standard charms that expose a variety of standard functionality that every Windows app, every Metro-style Windows app will support. I'm going to get into a little more detail of each of these charms here, but I'll go through them quickly. There's a search charm. So all applications can expose search capabilities. So when I'm searching for something, I can search across all my apps. Apps that might be connected to the web and pull information from the web. Apps that look on data on my hard drive or other social sites. I have the opportunity to share. Share is a context-aware metaphor. You see all the things I really care about in eBay. Fast and fluid, same kind of thing. All the extensibility is right there just by swiping out from the right. So I'm going to switch up to a standard laptop and show you a little bit more. So on this laptop, I have a more recent build. Being that I'm using a mouse and keyboard, you see as soon as I move the mouse, I get a scroll bar down here that we're all familiar with. But also, I can easily just bump the right side of the screen and scroll over and easily see the rest of the start screen here. So there's also a number of other ways that I can navigate around the start screen, because you're going to continue to install more and more applications and things around. So the things that I'm using most often and the things that have tiles that show me information that I'm interested in, I can move to the front. So I can just grab something here like this new page, and just drag it and plop it whatever I want. If you guys have ever experienced this on other operating systems, you know it's a real pain to customize. So we've made this very easy for you here. You can rename these things. Just start typing in Excel. And as I get farther and farther through the name, it narrows it down to that app that I was looking for. So there's Excel, so I'll launch it. So I just went out of this new Metro-style experience straight into a classic desktop experience. So this is a good time to also point out that if you're familiar with Windows 7, it's an immersive application. So let me launch a video app here real quick. And let's pick a video here, extreme paragliding. And you see that starts up very quick, nice full screen, able to see a little peekaboo of the other apps that are running. And I can bring that app in, dock it here, and if I had more apps running in the desktop, they continue to tile up here. So if I wanted to work on that spreadsheet and put that video off to the side to get more room, I can do that here. If I wanted to move that around, I can grab this app here, slide it around, move it out all the way, give it more screen real estate. But being that this is classic desktop running in this window here, I can still do the same things you saw before. Snap something to the right, launch this here, snap to the left, and I can see that I've got multiple windows, and I can quickly move between them. I can also use the old favorites, the Alt tab, move between my apps that way as well. Also, Metro style apps are generally managed by the settings for my PC. I can adjust the volume, I can adjust the brightness, I can adjust those notifications we talked about before. If there was a wireless connection available, I could quickly attach to a wireless network. I'm going to drill in a little bit further if I want to change some additional settings. I'm going to go into all settings here. And you'll notice there's tons of things that I can personalize with my PC. The lock screen, Metro style experience in Windows. So when I choose a new picture, of course I have access to all the pictures that I have on my PC. So this is my pictures library. And I've got this standard interface that every Metro style app can use, where I can go and drill in to my system and access files in different folders, files that are stored on home group PCs or other storage devices. But another very cool extensibility mechanism we have in Windows 8 is the ability for applications that you install to offer services to allow you to access that content from any other application. So I'm just choosing my account screen as an example here, but any app would provide the same functionality through the file menu. So I'm actually going to go to Photo Feeder here. And Photo Feeder is providing a web service going out to the cloud and providing me a list of pictures that I can choose here. So I can scroll around here, look at all these different photos. And oh, there's one of me, so let's choose that as my background image. So just like that, I actually grabbed an image out of the cloud as my background image. And again, any application that uses the file system now has that extensibility expressed that they support the search charm. So all these apps, Socialite, Internet Explorer, Music, Store, Video, and of course the entire operating system support search. So I'm going to choose Socialite, and I'm going to start typing in a name here. So I'm going to type Jason, and there he is, Jason Beaumont. So this application just told the operating system it supports search, and I can type in Jason, and boom, this application is returning my results. Jason, here's his social feed, I can see him from here. But of course, our Windows applications directly support this as well, so I'll click Internet Explorer, and boom, there's Jason Beaumont in Internet Explorer. And again, it uses that same name and gives me content.